What is up, hackers? Welcome back to another episode of Hack Crypto, where we hack everything personal finance, Web3, and the Metaverse. Now, in this episode, I'm going to be going over the top 20 categories that are going to be disrupted by the virtual world / Metaverse. Now, if you're interested in all things Metaverse and 3D, slap a like on this video and be subscribed with notifications on for all of the upcoming fire videos that I'm going to be putting out. There is a series right now on the shorts section of this channel with side hustles that have been crushing it. So many people have been sending me DMs about it. I appreciate all of the incredible feedback on that series and hyped for more of those videos. Now, to dive into this video, I wanted to approach it from a couple different ways. I'm not going to order these in the rate of their disruption, but I am going to order them in what I believe is where we're at in terms of the status. So the ones that are currently being disrupted, and then all the way to the ones that I believe in the future will be more disrupted. So I believe that's the most effective way to explain this and go through this. And if you're a business or a brand in the space looking to get virtual experiences created, I am the CEO and founder of Sandstorm. The link to that will be below. So you can go hire all the builders on demand to do that for you at a very effective cost to your business. So diving into this video, I'm going to be showing on the screen a few of these images for you to kind of wrap your head around the categories, and it just makes it easier for me to present. So I'm going to pop back, show you my screen, and walk you through all of these different categories and give you an example in each category as we walk through. We're going to start with architecture. One of the most predominantly disrupted categories so far is the architects of the physical world trying to get in and defy physics with architecture. They want to bring all their blueprints and all of the ways that they can show clients into a virtual experience, walk them through what it looks like. And this sparks all different types of new and innovative ways that you can engage with buildings, structures, and all different frameworks before you actually get involved with building in the physical world. So it is a cost-effective way for architecture firms and structural engineers to be able to showcase what they're going to do before they actually break ground in the physical world to do so. So this is actively happening on a day-to-day basis, and it is being brought into the metaverse at a rapid pace. Next, we have art and the abstract. Of course, you have crypto voxels and companies like that that have been very much the front runners of this, where you have art studios and incredible DJ sets and all these incredible things that are going on with the metaverse and art. And art is usually one of the first things that disrupts a new technology, because artists are open-minded and really have a beautiful approach to innovation, and they think differently. And usually the people that think differently are the ones that cause a huge revolution. And that was one of the first experiences I actually had in the metaverse, was an art show where people were buying someone's artwork in real time from OpenSea that was integrated at an art show, like from the actual metaverse, which was really cool to see in crypto voxels back in the day. It was like 2020 when that was going on. So really exciting on the art front. Next, we have cars and vehicles. Now, if you are a current car salesman or own a dealership anywhere in the world, you are witnessing especially during COVID, a huge downtrend. And this has, gone up and down over the last couple of years, but ultimately being able to show something virtually and a unique, deep experience for buyers is the future. Carvana has already pioneered this, and a lot of companies are pioneering how you can demo a project, a huge purchase like this of a car before purchasing. You want to be able to look all around it. You want to be able to get into it. You want to be able to see all the interior, exterior, everything, speakers, all of that. And it's such a key part to being able to sell large ticket items. And so much so that the Shopify company came out and said 94% increase in conversions happens for products that are 3D or have AR involved with them. That level of engagement is pretty remarkable, because people want to be able to see and demo things that they're going to be paying tens of thousands of dollars for, especially. because you get a car and then you don't like it. You got a whole different worry on your hands with returns and all of that. Next up, we have future furniture and home. This has been a very long-term disruption that's happened in real estate over the last decade. You have companies like Matterport and all these companies that do 3D visualizations of houses, so you can do a virtual tour. But the staging of these homes is required all over the internet now. If I am showing a home as a real estate agent or listing a home, I want to be able to show people what it looks like with stuff in it. And this has, sparked whole different industries of people that are doing virtual staging as a business. It's different, brokers that are dealing with the agents trying to get staging done. And it's just a really important part of the ecosystem. And it's become even more of a big deal over the last decade. So this is going to get even bigger as virtual showrooms come into the picture. Next up, we have animals and pets. Just like the Tamagotchi age, of course, you're going to have your animals and pets. This is where people are going to be engaging with and nurturing with an animal. And this is just a natural progression. It's not necessarily a game, but having a companion, not only as a pet, but as a significant other and things like that are going to happen. So I don't want to trip you out that much, but I have talked to multiple companies that are doing virtual pets. And this involves feeding them, walking them, doing all sorts of really engaging things to just trigger that part of your brain to have a loving creature to take care of. Next, we have nature and plants. This is going to be a big one for gardening. Gardening and landscaping is huge. What do I want my yard to look like? How do I want to design it? Because the biggest ROI you can get in real estate is actually from landscaping. If you didn't know that, definitely give it a Google, but it is a exponential return on the investment. Anything else you can do on your house, fix the landscaping first and foremost. The curb appeal means a lot to humans that are looking to shop around, and just having good landscaping means a lot. So designers, architects, landscapers, everything are using VR, AR, and all different sorts of technology to give people an immersive experience as to what their yard could look like and how they could use gardening and different plants, testing it out and what it would look like. Next, we have characters and creatures. This is a very obvious one for gaming, but a lot of things that people don't take into account here is when I go into a game as an avatar, I am spending copious amounts of money to improve that avatar. Fortnite and all these games with skins have really transformed how in-game economies work. And Web3 is about to flip that upside down. And it already is, where I own that asset, that axe that's showing here. I own that little rainbow that's showing here. I own this, type of dragon that's flying around. I own it as digital rights of an NFT that is being on-chain verifiable. I do believe that this is how the future of Epic Games and a lot of these companies are going to refer to their assets as owned by users. Maybe it's a certain percentage, they get royalties, however they want to structure it. But that is what I wanted to emphasize there. That's already happening. And all hobbies and collectors will have digital twins just to verify ownership that are virtual. Next up, we have people. This one is just like the movie Her that everybody talks about, where AI is coming into the picture. You have a companion and you want to be able to have friendships. You want to be able to be a part of a community. This is where people are going to congregate, whether it's at a church or a religious center or a festival of any kind. People are going to congregate here. They already do on things like the town square of Twitter, but this is going to happen virtually, to be in the presence of other humans. It's already begun with Gen Alpha. It's just a matter of time before 9 hours a day turns into 12, turns into 18, and people are just spending more and more time with each other, connecting, doing work and everything in the metaverse. Next up, we have fashion. Currently, at the time of recording this, Metaverse Fashion Week is taking place, and this is where people are able to go in, see what wearables are possible, digital twin wearables, aka Fidgetals, where I have a connection of my t-shirt that I'm wearing in person, physically on my body, and my avatar has a representation of that shirt. This is a really compelling and beautiful category that is very much spearheading the metaverse. And just the fact that this Metaverse Fashion Week is happening right now is a great example of how disruptive this is. Every major fashion brand is involved. They want people to have that self-expression in the metaverse. Next up, we have food and drinks. Every recipe, every cooking show, every different thing that you're ordering on Uber Eats, you could go into a virtual convenience store, see the ingredients, move it around, see what a finished product looks like, and order it. Have it delivered on Uber Eats right to your door, Instacart, get groceries delivered. I could sit on my couch, either pull up my browser, put on a headset, open my phone, and basically get into a virtual experience where I'm going down an aisleway, pick out goods, click on them, and they're delivered to my door. I never have to get off the couch. Now, this is a very transformative idea, but a lot of people think that every major chain will be in the metaverse over the next 5 years to have the ability to order, just like everybody did with Uber Eats and everything like that. Having that immersive experience is truly different and a new way to engage with products and services, which is very important to remember. Music, the next category, big for festivals, 24/7 festivals. Justin Bieber, Travis Scott, all of these entertainers very much pioneered millions of individuals showing up to these concerts in Fortnite, Roblox, all these metaverses. So it is an incredible opportunity for musicians to connect with their fans, demo new music, sell wearables, sell merch of all different kinds. And it's just a very big paradigm shift taking place right now in these virtual worlds. Sports and fitness. Every major fitness brand will have a clothing line. Alo just came out with theirs. They announced it in Sandbox. A lot of different companies are dipping their toe in to have these different, whether it's meditation retreats, yoga, spin classes, all these different things in the virtual world where you can watch, engage with, participate with, and very much own different pieces of that experience. Sports are going to be huge in this space. And also, I think a lot of the gambling that takes place, sports betting is already very big in Decentraland and some of these other worlds. Next up, demoing electronics and gadgets is huge. That's kind of two categories here, science and technology, electronics and gadgets. That is going to be the future of how people engage with goods online. They want to be able to see all the sides of it, see what its implementation looks like, how to install things, how to put things together, and just how to use and tutorial in an engaging, immersive experience. It is going to be a very, very predominant space with demoing products. Next up, politics. Every major politician is going to have rallies in the metaverse over the next 20 years. That's going to happen. It already is taking place where you have politicians on social media giving updates on a regular basis. This is going to be a new way where you can see the turnout of these rallies. You can see it, you can be in it, and you can be around other people that share your views and listen to the politicians speak there in an immersive experience. The next one is weapons and military. Now, this one is something I don't really need to touch on that much, but it's pretty apparent that with drones and things like that, the unmanned drones where they wear headsets and VR and all of that, testing that out and being able to experience weapons that are not actually you there in person. It is an avatar or it is just virtual. That is a huge category that consumers aren't really going to need to be interacting with, but the governments are already doing that. Last up, we have the place of travel. Tourism is massive. I've seen multiple tours that take place in culturally incredible places, and just travel alone is going to be massively disrupted. Do I want to go to the Himalayas? I can go walk through, see everything that's updated, and people can be updating it in real time with the intricacies of places. So I can go in and test run a travel. I can see my bookings, my hotels, everything before I go, and basically play out what my trip looks like before I go on it. I can book that accordingly, knowing where the location of things are, and just test it out. Like if I walk out and I see all the different restaurants all down the street, I know what's going to be available to me in person when I'm there. and how close grocery stores are and things like that. Not just the map, but an actual physical distance of me walking and testing and buying all these different goods in person. So next one and last one is the cultural and heritage. This one I mentioned briefly before, but the religious groups and communities and churches, and things like that all over the world. I've already talked to a few of them, and people are building these structures for people to congregate and come together and share beliefs and whatnot. So that is going to be a massive one for the virtual experiences to open it up to the entire world 24/7, 365. That is it for my overview of the top 20 categories that the metaverse is going to take over. And definitely follow this channel if you're interested in all things 3D and VR and AR. There's going to be a lot more content dropping here over the next few months. We are releasing something big that I'm going to be announcing here on the channel with Sandstorm for agencies and studios. So really eager to get that out in Q2, Q3, and a lot of really cool features coming out. So that is it for this video. Slap a like if you like this type of educational content for the metaverse. Be subscribed, and I will see you here on the next episode of Hack Crypto.